It's the gayest podcast ever.
Hello and welcome to the gayest podcast ever. I'm Josh and I'm here with
Eric
and CJ.
Hi boys, how are we doing today?
Just fabulous.
About to go on vacation.
Yes, vacay.
Love that journey for you too.
Wish you were going with us, Josh.
Boo, you'll be with us in a couple weeks when
Yes.
we're in sunny Florida.
Yes. No, I chose the vacation where it was 80 degrees, not the one where it's going to snow.
And there's sports games.
Yep. Nope. We're going to Friendsgiving it up back at our house, so I literally have, I think, a case of wine.
I love this journey for you.
So what are you going to do the rest of the weekend?
Right?
And it only gets dark at 4:30, so he'll be sleeping by 7.
I know. Spencer was like, there's 15 people. And I was like, okay, so I have a case of wine. I go, but, one of them's 2 and one's like 9 months old. So they don't need their own bottle. But not the type of bottle that I can provide.
So what is everyone else drinking?
It's like that TikTok, like, you want a beer? He's 4. I don't know what to do with him.
It'll put him to sleep.
To be fair, Spencer's like, should we tell everyone, like, oh, we have enough. We should tell people not to bring stuff. I go, no. We tell people to bring
I
stuff.
love leftover wine.
That's why I got like 6 bottles of champagne in my pantry.
I mean, all these Friendsgivings, are you going to be ready to eat Thanksgiving dinner by the time it gets here?
That's a good.
He's like, I'd like a
question.
steak, Tina.
I'm always ready for Thanksgiving.
Well, and I already decided like there's one bottle of wine that I'm very excited about. And I paid a little bit more for it. But I'm like, well, we're gonna do that after dinner. Like, I don't want to like be like, oh, let me have this great bottle of wine and then like have mashed potatoes. Like,
He goes to pick it up and it's empty. And there's like some no-name girl at the dinner who drank it all.
I also want to point out that you're not looking forward to turkey and dressing and gravy for Thanksgiving. You're looking forward to a great bottle of wine.
They're like, we're out of gravy. Just pour some wine on it. It'll be fine.
It'll be fine.
White or red?
Definitely red.
No, like, yeah, that's one of my favorite things about, like, I call it food pairing. And that makes it fancy.
Fancy
right?
was her
I
name.
love it, yeah.
Fancy was her name. I love that. I love Thanksgiving. Absolutely love it. I love turkey. It's probably one of my favorite meats. I was going to say something really...
Yeah, you were.
Yeah, they both looked at me like, are you going to say
I was
it?
like,
And I was like, oh.
Girl.
Earmuffs for those kids listening at home. One of my favorite meats that I put in my mouth. But, I mean, the potatoes, the stuffing, to get stuffed, I mean...
I just can't. Like, you're giving me... You just keep laying them up. How am I not supposed to, like, slam dunk this?
Get it, Michael. But no, so yeah, I mean, that's one of my favorite parts of Thanksgiving is clearly like all of the food and like being with your loved ones, which we didn't get to do last year. It was me and Spencer's first Thanksgiving that we spent together, and we spent it alone together.
Yeah, we were alone. Well, yeah, Steve and I were alone. We did our own little Thanksgiving.
Marsha wouldn't allow that. She already gave up Easter. That was not happening.
As recommended by the CDC and Dr. Fauci.
I mean, you already had the COVID, like you were good. But no, but this year is going to be much, much better because, the majority of our friends and family are vaccinated and we're going to be able to do that. And you can have, that 3rd, 4th bottle of wine with your turkey and stuffing.
Josh walks in with the case. So this is for me. Did anybody want anything else?
What'd you bring to the table,
Yeah.
Aunt Carol? Get your shit together, Carol.
Oh, an appetizer, Carol? Great.
I love your pigs in a blanket. How basic.
Oh my gosh, that is a
No, I love Thanksgiving because there's just like... It's a nice dinner. Like, there's no hype. There's no presents. Like, all this... I do love Christmas, but it can be exhausting. Like, all the Christmas parties and everything. It's a lot.
It is a lot. It's a lot.
Do you remember that one year, like, we all went and there was, like... We literally went to, like, 3 parties in one night, and I was like, I can't even deal with this any longer.
I broke Spencer.
Yeah.
I literally drug him to, I think, the one weekend we did, I want to say 7 or 8 holiday parties in one weekend.
Too much.
And by the end of it, it was first diagnosed with bronchitis. Probably was COVID because it was that December 19th.
Like, you're fine.
You're fine. But yeah, no. And he was like, I at the end of it, I go, I promise I will never do that to you again. Never more than 1 party per night. So like 3 tops in a weekend.
Poor Spencer's like dying, and Josh is like, "What? It's just a cold. How bad can it get?"
Here, suck on this NyQuil a little bit, baby.
Yeah.
Guys, we'll be right there. Just got to swing by urgent care real quick.
Fast forward 3 months. Oh, never
Here, I
mind.
got a Z-Pack for you.
I actually love the hustle and bustle of rushing the holiday parties, though. Thanksgiving is a little more relaxed, but I like that.
Oh, it's the kickoff of the season.
Yeah.
I thought Halloween was the kickoff of the season.
No, that's gay Christmas.
You gotta fast forward a whole season around. But the thing, well, like, and now like Friendsgiving is such like a huge thing, and like if you don't celebrate Friendsgiving with at least one set of friends, like
Where are you?
right? So I feel like we've even like tried to cram more turkey, more stuffing.
Has Friendsgiving been added to like Webster yet? I feel like it's one of those things that should
I
probably
just feel
be.
like it should be like a national day off. Like,
Right? We need it observed on like a Thursday, like the second Thursday of November should be Friendsgiving.
and how do
we
you know
all
I'm not
get it off.
Canadian? Like
Oh
October.
my goodness.
Oh my gosh! And then we should get the Friday off as well. So let's just like we'll call it fall
I
break.
cannot believe that Friday after Thanksgiving, like they make you work. Like you're pretty much in a wine and turkey coma.
Wait.
Like
Oh, so I love this because Eric always totes a bank holiday to us on every chance he can, but he has to work the Friday after Thanksgiving, and I haven't had to work that since like
hated it.
I think the Bush administration.
Oh my God. I've had to work every Black Friday except for last year, and I was unemployed. So
CJ used to have to like leave after dinner to go into work.
at least now, like,
There'd be a lady on the door like, "Are you open?"
right. I don't have to worry about anything.
Yeah, I don't miss that about retail, or I never worked for a bank, but
I never did the retail life.
But yeah, that's funny. I never thought about that. For all the bank holidays, I think you should like cash in like President's Day for the Friday after
Right.
Thanksgiving because it extends the weekend. It's a really long one.
No, I mean, I agree, but I just feel like it should just not be a holiday that you have to work. Like, I mean, it's a holiday that I'm going to work because I'd rather have the summer holidays, Avi. But whatever, it is what it is.
I did tell a coworker, I was like, Thanksgiving or Black Friday is actually the only like holiday I don't mind dealing with customers because everyone seems a little more cheerful. Maybe it's because they're stuffed on stuffing and turkey and wine and
2 hours of sleep.
Oh, and I've never done. I did Black Friday one time.
Oh, I
one
don't do the
year.
shopping.
Yeah,
No.
I'm like, oh, can't wait for Cyber Monday, girl.
Yeah,
No.
I don't think I've ever. I went out at like 2 or 3 p.m. on Black Friday, and I was like, I'll pick through this. Like, I'll see what's left. But I was like, and I got right in line. I got some good deals. I was like, that's fine for me. But
The security guy was like, ma'am, we need to see what's in your thermos.
right.
I was on leftovers and that leftover wine. It was like, oh, all that's left is Pinot Grigio.
Well, now stores are doing like Black Friday sales the whole month or the whole week ahead, so you don't
got
have to go.
2 push notifications about Black Friday sales happening this weekend, and I was like, what the F? Like,
Do it now. Do it now.
yeah. Well, they're all trying to prepare for all those giant cargo containers that are in New
coming
York
from
and
the
LA.
water.
Yeah.
Listen, I just bought one for my job, and it's
You
being
bought a
delivered
container?
tomorrow. Yes, it's being
cargo
delivered.
container?
Yes, being delivered tomorrow. They're not that hard to find, guys.
Is it FedEx? Because it could be stuck at the Oak Park FedEx location for quite
Yeah.
some time.
He's building Oak Park's first
Yeah.
container house.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's a 40-foot by 8-foot, so it's not at FedEx.
Is it going to be like your second home? Or it's your
No,
third, I
didn't
guess,
buy it personally.
Oh,
I bought
for
it
work.
for work.
to store all those suits.
Yes.
how basic.
Contempo casual.
Yeah.
Well, we did a little holiday recap. That was fun. And speaking of, so last time we talked, it was right before Halloween. And then Halloween weekend came along, and no, it was super spooky. Freaky. You guys did see the photo of Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson.
Like, what ride were they on?
They were in Long Island because that's where
Oh,
Pete
yeah.
Davidson habitates or
Staten Island, I
lurks.
think.
Was
Yeah.
Staten Island, Long Island, Staten
Was it
Island.
a roller coaster
Coney
or like
Island?
a log?
It's an island in New York.
No, I know.
It's not Manhattan. So for those of you listening, there was this photo of Kim Kardashian and Pete Davidson. This is the same Pete Davidson of Saturday Night Live, who's been engaged to Ariana Grande.
Dated Kate Beckinsale.
Yep.
Supposedly now dating Kim Kardashian.
He's got a type that is amazing. Good for him. Major props. Beautiful, beautiful women.
I don't get it.
I
don't get it either.
Get it.
He must be super charming and funny.
I don't even think he's that funny.
He's got a huge dick.
That
Possible.
probably tracks.
I think he's funny. He's funny on SNL. Like, and I watched the one roast. I think it was his roast. I don't know, but he was on it, and he's funny. And I can see how he's charming. I don't get his kindergarten tattoos everywhere.
I don't like all the tattoos. Let me say that first.
And no, normally I love a lot of tattoos, but for him, they just don't work for me.
No, if they're like good tattoos, but he'd like let a fifth grader drive or draw, a car on him, and you're like,
when it's like
let's get this tattooed on my body.
When it's The Rock and there's these like thorns around his biceps, yeah, that gets me going. Like
Adam
they're
Levine
gonna bust out.
And even Justin Bieber have a lot of tattoos, and I find them a little more attractive than Pete.
I don't get it. He seriously has a dating history, but it's like that meme I said. Maybe Kim is just trying to follow in Courtney's steps. So she's like, if I date somebody who works in the kitchen,
Yeah,
That tracks.
yeah. My friend Callie just sent me that meme that was like, I want to be the female Pete Davidson. Show me your ways, like, so I can try and like get all these really like hot men. Like, can you imagine if like all the Chris's in Hollywood dated what's a traditionally not like red carpet gorgeous woman? And this feels really, I feel this is a trap.
Ooh, I
This
feel
is
like
a trap.
this
I
is a
gotta
trap.
walk this
Josh,
back.
I think everybody's beautiful in their own
There
way.
we go.
Like,
I've got
Everyone
a list.
is beautiful.
I've got a list.
I was trying to say
no.
untraditionally, like, but and now even untraditional looking women are like changing the game. Like for one, that Anna Taylor-Joy, she was the one in the Queen's Gambit.
The Queen's Gambit. Love
she
her.
was just
I
like
think
an
she's
heiress's
gorgeous.
maid of honor.
Yes, and like at first glance, you're like, oh, like you're not like a traditional beautiful, like, like a Halle Berry walking down the red carpet, but she wears the most stunning clothes and she knows her look, she knows her angles, and she comes off absolutely gorgeous, and she's super talented. And I think that's why she's going to be successful.
Yeah, I think she's got a little alternative look outside of her movie roles or TV shows, but I don't necessarily find her gorgeous, though.
I think she's striking. And I think
She's got a very Nicole Kidman, Taylor Swift, Sarah Jessica Parker thing for me.
And Sarah Jessica Parker is another really great one that I feel like you're either like on board with it or you're not. But I think she's another one that plays to her advantages. She's very fashion forward, very like trendsetter.
Sure. Yeah, no. I mean, to each their own. Everyone is entitled to their opinion.
Sometimes I forget like whether it's Sarah Jessica Parker or Carrie Bradshaw. I get
Right.
those two confused.
I don't know, but I do, like, just a side note, I do feel like we should go to New York and stay in this Airbnb where they're renting out at Carrie's apartment.
Sign me up right now. Where's my phone?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
But like CJ said, I think she's, she's pretty, but she wouldn't, like, she doesn't stand out to me. I don't think she's, like, somebody that is, I don't know the
So
word I'm
she
looking
could
for.
be, I guess, untraditional beauty.
That's what I was saying. Untraditional, like
a Lena Dunham.
I don't even know where this conversation has now gone.
I know.
We're
I'm
just
trying to I'm like
such down the rabbit hole. Come back up the ladder, boys. I just sent it down.
Okay.
what I'm trying to communicate is
episode of
like,
Made. It just keeps getting
like,
worse.
why is it like why?
Dare you.
Okay. I got a good one. Okay, Hugh Jackman and his wife. Have you seen Hugh Jackman's wife?
Is she a celebrity?
No.
No.
Google her. I think she's 8 to 10 years older than him, and I don't want to use the phrase like matronly because I love moms. Like everyone loves a mom.
Well,
But,
Hugh
like,
Jackman's not young.
but he's also like he's been with this woman for like 20 30 years, like a long time, and like he's like, here he is, Wolverine, ripped, abs for days, and he comes out there and like his wife is not who you would picture to be on his arm. Like, oh, you I think he's even been asked like, oh, you're on the red carpet with your mom, and he's like, no, that's my wife.
Wow.
Yes. So Google Hugh Jackman. So that's another, like, that's a good one of like, a hot man with a untraditionally. I hate that I keep saying untraditionally. I'm just gonna walk
I can't
this
wait
back.
for the comments you get on
I
this.
know. Maybe we'll go viral because I'm a misogynistic person. But
just a little rude.
Yeah.
yeah,
Sarah
you know.
Jessica is going to be coming for you.
I love SJP.
Why can't women have gray
Simpson
hair?
comments in there.
I mean, she's married to Matthew Broderick,
Right.
which is not what you.
Plain Jane. Yeah, but he was Ferris Bueller, so I mean, who doesn't want to
And
be
they've
there?
been together since the 90s,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, I guess it can go either way. We'll see where that goes. But while I'm going to do this right now, I'm going to end this segment. We're going to fill up our wine glasses, and when we come back, we're going to jump into another topic that hopefully won't get me slandered all over the internet. So please refill your glass if you're driving. Please don't pull over. Well, people listen to the
podcast while you're driving.
Please fill up your glass if you're driving.
No, I think he was going to go down a different road.
There was a comma there, or
girl, just because you're always filling up your glass in the car.
I was going to say,
the back seat.
If you are driving, fill up your tank or whatever. Don't fill up your glass. And don't pull over and write hateful Instagram comments to me because he goes very fragile. It's the holidays, and I got that special holiday anxiety coming on up. So
send wine.
Yes.
Whatever that makes us go viral.
Yeah. Oh, I don't want to go viral for the worst type of thing. Oh my god.
We're gonna have to be like, yeah, we dropped her from the podcast.
Oh my gosh, I'm like the first 2 members of Destiny's Child.
Poor Michelle.
Poor Michelle. I'll be Farrah.
On a very special
Tanya. Why don't I remember their names?
Oh my god.
On a very special Gayest podcast.
Behind the music, behind the podcast. What's Josh up to now? He's just in an alley drinking wine. It's not even good wine.
Josh, is that a brown paper bag around your bottle of wine?
I open it, it's like barefoot.
He's at Friendsgiving with the brown paper bag around his bottle of wine.
You're knocking on the door at Music Town. Let me in!
This is like the ghost of Christmas Past. I don't like it.
Hey, if it's Mark Wahlberg trying to be, let me in the house.
Oh yeah, not coming to that back door, girl. Okay, we're gonna fill up our wines and we'll be right back. Stay tuned.
And we're back. Josh is no longer a part of the podcast. No, just kidding.
I'm still here.
We voted.
Come back. No, let me come back.
Baby, come back.
And in the downtime, I've since, done some self-reflection and, just want everyone to know that I love everyone.
You have a very Ellen Alda voice going on right now.
Everyone's beautiful.
Yeah, this is pillow talk. No, that was creepy.
God,
that was creepy. Sorry.
That is super creepy.
And Josh is kicked off again.
And Josh is now voted off again.
Oh, man. Oh, well, speaking of kicking people off the island or whatnot,
yeah.
You guys clearly have heard, and this is super terrible, but the Astro World Festival, which was in Texas...
Houston, yes.
Which was run by...
it was with Travis Scott, and Drake was there.
Yeah, and I think Drake is one of the, not creators, but I think he's one of, the financiers.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Because he's being one of the people named in the lawsuit. So for those of you who haven't heard, is there was this giant festival in Houston, and on the first night, right, the Friday night, the first night of this festival, all of a sudden there was this trampoline and there was something going on in the crowd, and then it went kind of berserk, and 8 people have died and over 100 people were hospitalized.
Yeah, there's people that are brain dead. It's awful. And they've released videos of people, Travis Scott was in the crowd, which Travis Scott is Kylie Jenner's baby daddy. And he was in the crowd, and it all started with somebody was trying to steal his shoes while he was walking through the crowd or something, and then he was telling the crowd to get the guy, and it was just the videos are terrible to watch.
The videos are crazy that are coming out of it.
Yeah, just them passing bodies over the crowd. At first I'm oh, they're crowd surfing. No, that person is unconscious. It's absolutely crazy.
I can't even imagine because they all started immediately releasing statements oh, we're horrified with this, but you can clearly see in the videos he was provoking part of it.
Right.
He was encouraging the fans to, act a certain way over a pair of tennis shoes. Bro, you got 2 kids with a billionaire. Calm down. We'll get you a pair of $200 Nikes and call it a day.
Yeah, and I know, even more recently, I think today, Maren Morris shared a video on her Instagram of Niall Horan of One Direction. She went on tour with him, and there was a time they were at a concert, and he literally was telling the crowd, he stopped everything, and was okay, y'all, if we want to keep going, I want to keep playing, but there is some stuff happening that I don't like seeing, that it's security, my job is not only to entertain you, but to keep you safe. And like and Maren Morris was like, I was forever grateful, and I learned so much because he literally was calm and collected and got the people to calm down, move to a right area, and then he kept on playing and had a good time. Like, concerts are supposed to be fun.
Yeah, I hate the general admission where it's like standing room and there's so many people allowed to stand up by the stage. I've had 2 concerts like that, and I don't know if you guys have, and maybe you can tell your details, but like, the first concert was mine and Steve's first date, and it was Black Eyed Peas, and like we got there early and we were right by the stage, and by the time the concert started, like we could not move. Like people were just shoving us up against like the little security thing. It's like you have no room to move. You have no personal space whatsoever. If something happens, you're in trouble.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Oh, no. Yeah, and there was like, now there's a 9-year-old that's in the hospital. Like, it's so awful.
A 14-year-old died, right? I think that's the youngest victim.
Oh, was
14.
it?
Yeah. And like the other crazy ass thing that I heard, and like the Houston Sheriff Department confirmed it, is that someone stuck a needle in someone.
That's always my biggest fear.
They stuck a needle, and I was like, that's like toxic warfare. Like, that is freaking me out. Like, it freaked me out
I'm with
so bad.
CJ. That, like, it makes me uncomfortable when you go to concerts because people are drinking, people are on drugs, and how people are acting. You don't know how crazy somebody's going to be or how they're going to act. Like, that one argument, you can turn around and they're telling you to sit down because you're standing up, and you don't know if they're, going to do something to you or what's going to happen. It's a very scary thought, and especially when you're down in like areas like that. Like, I never understood like the mosh pit concerts. I'm like, who the hell wants to go to a concert and run and just jump into each other? And then it's so scary at the fact that one like false move and you fall down and something happens and people are all just rushing and you're going to get trampled to death. And that's basically what has happened with a lot of this.
Yeah. And when I go to concerts, I like to drink. So if I'm in a seat, I can go get a drink, come back to my seat. No, if you're in a general admission, you're there.
Yeah.
You're sober, you're there, you can't move. You're aware of all of your surroundings because everyone's right up on you.
I do need to say, just because I just got an alert, the Houston police report that an Asherwood security guard was injected with a needle is false. The Houston police chief said. So I don't want to be that person.
So that's your third strike, Josh.
Yeah, Josh,
now you're giving
I'm
fake
outta
news.
here.
You're doing so well.
This is, this is the other thing about constantly news updating, and we're in the Twitter world where, content is king, and you're pushing all this stuff, and you hear stuff, and you hear it from reputable sources.
Right, yeah.
Like, I got it from, like, I guarantee you, I got it from either Hollywood Reporter, BuzzFeed. Like, I follow reputable places, and it's saying reports of, and you have these things coming out, and you read them, and why wouldn't you believe them? Because they're in the news, they're supposed to report the facts. But that's why you gotta.
This is like when I went to this Luke Bryan concert when we were a couple months ago, like over Memorial Day, when we were at the Mount Pleasant at the Soaring Eagle Casino, and we were outside, and it was a little scary. It was the first time I was like in public with that many people, and then I'm standing in line and waiting to use the 95 porta potties that they got out there, and then all of a sudden 2 guys started arguing over a girl or something, and then all of a sudden this huge brawl broke out and cops came from everywhere, and I looked at the guy next to me and I go, and this is why they don't want to let us out. Like, it's just ridiculous. It's scary when you can't even go to a concert to enjoy yourself now.
Yeah, no, it is insane and like not fun.
No,
we just want to have fun.
Girls just want to have fun.
I would say gays just want to have fun, but girls too.
Girls, boys,
you don't hear any of this
non-binary.
happening at tea dances. No.
Oh my gosh.
No, one slap goes down. No, they just start like a vicious viral rumor about you.
Like, you're getting talked about the next day at brunch.
Yeah.
That's like the worst that's going to happen.
Oh, I'm sorry. Your reservation was canceled for brunch.
Oh, could you imagine?
Well,
Who is the manager? Who is the owner?
I'm sorry. I'm going to go as Karen now. Like,
well, that's what makes us wicked.
Oh my god, that was the cheesiest transition I've ever heard. I would have gone with girls just want to have fun, but
What, we're going to talk Cyndi Lauper next?
Sure,
Right.
why not?
What's Cyndi Lauper
something
up to?
wicked comes this way.
Right.
It was good.
As
Go
he says with that lime
green.
green microphone in his
Right.
face.
Go green. I'm used to it. So that was another big piece of news. Have you girls heard?
Of course I've heard.
Yes, Cougar Town. Isn't he like 10 years younger than her? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just going with the Kristen Chenoweth thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Kristen Chenoweth did get engaged.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
When I think of Wicked, I always think of her. I don't know.
As you should.
Yeah, she was the original.
Because
Galinda.
Ariana Grande just is
Yes.
going to be playing in it now?
Ariana Grande is going to be
I'm saying playing,
Galinda.
starring.
Oh my gosh, I can see her name. Cynthia Erivo
Yes.
is playing Elphaba, which was originated by Idina Menzel. You know Cynthia Erivo. She was Harriet Tubman in the most recent. Cynthia Erivo was Harriet Tubman in the most recent. Like it was like a mini series on like either AMC or one of the streaming services. It got a lot of like good press, and then she won the Tony for The Color Purple.
Yes.
Okay.
She's super talented.
She's really good.
Really good. And I think she's going to make a really cool Elphaba.
So I love the story that Ariana Grande has been cast. And Kristen Chenoweth shared it on her Twitter the other day because when she first met Ariana as a fan who came to see Wicked when Kristen was in it, Ariana posted on her Twitter like, "One day I will play Galinda in Wicked," and it's nice. It's little like
and Ariana and Kristen are very good friends because on The Voice, Kristen Chenoweth is Ariana Grande's celebrity coach. They're like really tight.
Yeah, I was surprised
as
though
close
for the
as a
casting.
grandma and a granddaughter can be.
If you don't believe that Kristen Chenoweth is gonna show up in this movie, you are out of your mind.
Her and Idina both will do like some like
absolutely. I
surprise
think there's going to be cameos. Absolutely. I bet they'll even find a way to like work them into the movie with some type of song or something. It's like the grandmas or something.
the grandmas of Wicked.
Well, they're in their 50s,
The
aren't
red
they?
song comes on.
Yeah.
I mean, just bring Taye Diggs in too. Oh wait, I forgot they're divorced, aren't they?
Yes.
Yeah, but they're still good friends. They
For
have
a
kids.
while.
They have
No.
kids. That's sad.
They have a kid.
Oh, just one.
Just one.
Mazel tov.
They have a career. That's a kid.
I do kind of feel bad for Kristen and Idina because they've been saying for like 2 decades now that they really wanted the movie to get greenlit so they could portray the characters. But for anyone who hasn't seen Wicked the musical, the 2 main characters are like in like high school, college.
Yes.
So like they have to be able to be like, I mean, in Hollywood, you can be 20, 30 and play someone in high school or college, but like you can't be 50. Like you're not Andrea Zuckerman.
I was literally thinking Andrea Zuckerman in my head.
I feel like Wicked has
What do
been.
they call you, Andrea?
Andrea.
Wicked has been the movie that since it was a hit Broadway show for the beginning that's been rumored, we're going to do a movie, and finally it's happening. I guess it's finally happening.
Yes,
I mean,
NBC Universal, they're starting in 2022 in London, I think is where they're going to do the stage and like the whole movie and everything.
So-
it's going to be a lot of green screen.
so is it a movie or is it like a made for TV movie?
No, it's a movie.
good.
Like they're going to release it in theaters or on Peacock, depending if there's still the pandemic going
Okay,
on.
because the reason why I was shocked about Ariana is she's a great pop singer, but when she was it Hairspray on the live like
I was
TV
like,
version?
No, girl, that was Amanda Bynes.
No, when she was in the TV, like her voice just didn't carry well. It wasn't very Broadway-ish.
Were
so
you very like, thank you, next?
I was very.
She
thank
got
you
her
next.
start on Broadway
I know,
on that
I
8
know.
musical or 13. I forgot what it's 8 or 13. It's one of those numbers. And that's where she met a lot of her other cat and the guy from the kid from The Good Wife, the son.
His name was Zach on the show.
Yes,
I
Zach.
can't tell you what his name is.
They're really
in
good
real
friends
life.
because they were in the musical together and whatnot. But also, she was on Nickelodeon and she acted for several years on that one show. And then they got the spin-off Sam and Cat, and that's where she had to keep dyeing her hair. And she lost a lot of her hair, and that's why she's like very much into
And the ponies.
ponytail.
Yes.
She's very well known for that high pony.
Yes, because she had to dye her hair red for Sam and Cat, and apparently did severe damage. It's like that orange slime.
So you
from
get
the
a
Well,
Nickelodeon.
Miranda didn't have that problem.
She's silver in the new show,
I
isn't
saw.
she?
I saw.
The one last thing I want to talk about Wicked, just because I think it's the funniest thing in the entire world, is did you guys see the petition to keep
Yes.
James Corden out of Wicked the musical?
Yes,
No.
and I love it.
Why?
But I'm also like, there's no part for James Corden.
So There is this. So the gays have turned on James Corden. It happened to Anne Hathaway.
Por qué?
Yep. That we've turned on James Corden because he's straight and they keep putting him in these gay roles in all these musicals, and the gays are done with it.
Right.
They're like, there are lots of chubby gays in this world, present company included.
Aren't they all working for Ryan Murphy right now?
No, those aren't the chubby gays.
No, those are the 6'2", dark-haired, blue-eyed, muscly gays that Ryan Murphy clearly has a type.
And Sheldon Cooper.
But no, like, so they keep casting James Corden in all these musical roles, especially in all these musicals in gay roles, and we're like, no, stop it, we're done with him.
Right.
We're
But he's so funny. I just saw like a TikTok of him the other day. Him and Celine Dion were going like on a tugboat in front of Caesar's Palace to the Titanic
these
song.
are your straight years talking.
I'm like, I don't care. It was hilarious.
Listen, I love carpool karaoke.
Yes.
The first 4 episodes. Now we're pulling in like just anyone off the street to do it. No, it's over. It's run.
That
it's
and lip sync battle.
Yeah.
God.
But so I just thought it was super funny. It literally garnered like 100,000 signatures.
It's still going
in hours, and so like they would be dumb to try and cast him in the movie. But they've just created roles for him. Or
I mean, the only role we can put him in is like the Cowardly Lion, maybe. But even that's a baby in the.
They can make him Dr. Dillam. They could do whatever they want.
No,
but
thank you.
He'd be the wizard. Who fuck knows?
They better not cast him as a wizard.
Whoever the wizard was.
Oh, girl. Oh, good. Go back to your little Halloween
Is
costume.
Joel
Were you the
Grey
Scarecrow?
still alive?
No, Joel Grey died.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep, he's dead.
We can't get any.
He's dead.
We can't get any original Wicked cast members.
No. I know
They're trying to summon Judy back from the grave.
in one of the big Wicked, like, it was either New York or LA or London, like one of the big Wicked like shows. Jack A from Sister Sister.
Yes,
Of course I
she's
know.
on
She
Days
was-
of Our Lives right now.
She was Madame Morrible.
What?
Yes, Jack
I'm
A.
looking
The head
from side to
turns.
side.
Turns right
For
now.
multiple reasons.
CJ just got whiplash because he doesn't know whether to tune into Salem or into Sister Sister. Like,
Can she sing?
Madame Morrible, she's got like one song and it's in like one
It
octave.
goes something like,
My dear.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, I know the music.
Jack A could do it real well.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be totally fine with Jack A sashaying her way into that,
I wouldn't
Shakespeare
hate
Except her
University.
end note's going to be like,
Why should we bring that back when we don't like something?
I'm waiting for the Sister remake. Yeah.
No, those girls. Oh, one's doing Lifetime, one's doing Hallmark.
Are they not even
Oh my
talking?
God, the competing battles. What is the
Yes.
little brother doing?
Taj
Taj.
Mowry. I don't know what he's up to. He was on Smart Guy. Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, he was.
Sure, Jan.
Well, and on that note, I'm going to be the smartest guy in the room and end this segment. No. Well, let's refill our glasses. We might have to run to the car and check out CJ's wine box and refill
It's
our
my
glasses.
emergency supply.
I used to be that person. Remember when I had all the Tito's in my car?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still do.
I think you showed me what a handle was.
Definition.
I remember I bought a fifth and he looked at me like, what's that?
Oh, a juice bar.
I remember my freshman year.
There's a song climbing the country charts called Wilder Days by Morgan Walker, I think her name is. She's awesome. But it's called Wilder Days. And she's like, oh, don't you wish you knew me in your wilder days? And it talks about like all the shit she did. And I played it for Spencer. He's like, I don't think we'd be together if I knew you in your younger days or your wilder days. And I was like, fair.
That tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks. That's why I met you in my 30s. You can handle me in my 20s. All right. Well, let's fill up our wine glasses. When we come back, we'll kick it off. And I bet you want to come back because you want to know.
We're bringing sexy back.
Yes, we are. And we're bringing someone with us. So you want to stay tuned.
Guys,
Ever.
And we're back. And I think that we really, really, really want to talk about the sexiest man alive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was released this morning.
And it is, for those of you, listeners who don't know, the one and only Paul Rudd.
Which I can get on board with. I mean, the man hasn't aged. He's super cute.
I'm not kicking Paul out of bed any
He's
days.
kind of a Baldwin. That's my
better than all bald.
Okay, that's my Clueless reference. Did nobody ever see the movie?
Oh, Josh. His name was
Yeah.
Josh in it.
Yeah,
no,
she's
I
like
loved
he's
him.
kind of about. Never mind, just move on.
Well, because the Baldwins were hot in the 90s, and now they're like shooting people. I had to bring it back to the last episode.
4 strikes,
You
Josh.
brought it
4
up on the last-
strikes.
Anyway, back to the
Brought it up on the last
sexiest man alive. No, Paul's looking cute. He does not age. I mean, I just don't think, like, what has he done this year besides that terrible Ghostbuster movie that looks like it's coming out? Like,
He
I
hasn't
mean,
even done that this year. It's not even out yet.
yeah, exactly. So
You
why
haven't
this
seen
year?
it, don't count.
What is it about this
First
year?
of all, Ghostbusters was supposed to release like last year. So
Like July, I think. But
I mean,
I think
he
it looks cute, and I'm
he
on
is a
board.
Marvel superhero. He can be the sexiest man
I
alive.
think you mean was.
No, he is.
No, Ant-Man gets their own movie again next year, right?
Yes.
Ant-Man and the Wasp in the Quantum Universe.
Quantum
Eric, we-
something.
Oh, wait a minute. Mark Ruffalo's the Hulk guy. Okay.
He's
I'm
still
sorry.
Marvel.
Eric gets a little confused about all the Marvel. Me and CJ were going to try and not talk about it, but it sneaks in because they're $1 billion franchise.
Go easy on me. That's my best Adele.
Look at you bringing up Adele. We'll get to her later. But no, so Mark Rudd. Now you got me saying it.
Marco Ruffalo.
Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, Ant-Man, Mr. Josh from Clueless. He's been in our lives, gosh, since the early 90s?
Early 90s, yeah, like 95?
Yeah, I say Clueless came out like 95.
I mean, he
96.
probably had to do things before
Was
that,
he
right?
in a 40-Year-Old Virgin?
He was in 40-Year-Old Virgin.
Yeah, he was an Anchorman. He's been in a ton of stuff.
What's the one with so he was in Knocked Up and then they got their own spin-off.
Right.
This is 40.
40.
Oh my
yeah.
god, so funny.
A
So
lot
good.
of 40 movies for him. He still looks 40.
Because he's literally and like somehow I think he looks better now.
I think
yeah.
he looks
He's one of
better,
those men,
too.
like,
have you
fine
seen
wine.
that photo? Have you seen the photo shoot for the People magazine Sexiest Man
No,
Alive?
I haven't looked at it
Okay,
yet.
guys, there's one photo where he has his hand above his head, and there's that little bit of armpit hair coming out, and he just is like, he looks like a man who knows his way around the bedroom. Like he's
Girl, what
gonna,
is in that wine?
he's
Like,
gonna make you feel
He's
like
dead.
number
all
one.
the feels. I mean, that's how Chris Maloney makes me feel. So
Oh,
Stabler.
I literally thought he was going to win. He has literally been
Really?
all over like magazines lately. Like he had his new show come out. He returned to the Law and Order spinoff. Like I literally thought it was going to be Chris
That would
Maloney.
have been a good one.
I 100% thought that
is
too. It was
he
going
in
to
the
be.
magazine? Do we have confirmation on who else?
I have not seen the actual magazine. I just saw.
I don't know if they released.
usually
They were allowed to vote, but I don't. Have they released everybody?
Oh, I
because
don't
usually
know.
they do like sexiest TV star, sexiest
Right,
reality
yeah.
star.
Because last year it was Michael B. Jordan last year, right? I mean, think back to COVID, boys. Like,
I think it was Michael B. Jordan.
I think that tracks.
Because 2 years ago we did a full like segment on all of the.
And that was the year Michael B. Jordan won, wasn't
Was it?
I thought because Chris Evans has never been named sexiest man alive, has he?
You mean Mr. Selena
Not that I
Gomez?
know of.
I ship that so fucking hard.
I mean, they're like the best
here
kept
for it.
secret, if that is true.
I feel like they're like that Channing Tatum,
So Kravitz.
Zoe Kravitz. I'll say Lenny
Yes.
Kravitz's daughter.
You know, I'm a really a big fan of Chris Schwarzenegger, as I like to call him now.
That's good. I will only refer to him as Chris Schwarzenegger.
Because I used to be a huge fan, and then his comments came out, and I really hope he's not even an issue now. Because he was talking about, like, his healthy child. And
Oh, yeah.
yeah,
That
and
has
like
been
his
blown
daughter with
up.
Anna Faris obviously has, some issues, but I am
Can you-
not a fan of him anymore. I can't.
Eric, for our listeners, can you kind of describe what happened? Because this was a big, big thing all over the socials.
Sure. Like, he posted this post about his wife, Katherine Schwarzenegger, and he was praising her. And at first, when you're reading it, you're like, oh, it's so sweet, and what a nice guy and a devoted husband. And then all of a sudden, he just is praising her for bringing their healthy child into the world. And his son, Jack, with Anna Faris, has some complications.
He was born premature.
Yeah, and it was
had
at
had
birth,
a lot of
and
surgeries. They couldn't bring him home.
And I just thought it was totally disrespectful. And I don't know if he meant it that way, but I mean, he posted it on social media, and one day his son is going to read that or
definitely.
understand it and like feel a certain way. And you basically left his mom like this playmate model and somebody who you loved when you were young and wild, and now you totally transformed yourself into this churchy guy. And he already made comments about the church that he's with, and I already kind of don't like him because of our community and how that affected us.
So the church he belongs to is it something like, not Wakefield, it's something like super like kind of trendy, like it sounds like that, but like they are not great people.
Yeah, Chris Pratt needs no more entertainment from me.
Yeah,
I think he got skinny and
Well, I don't think he's skinny anymore.
Good.
I think
No,
he's
he's beefy and
slowly
bulky,
plumping
but-
up, though. Like, even in the last Marvel movie, they talked about his weight as a joke on film. Like, oh, aren't you getting a little fat in the face?
yeah.
well, who are some men that you guys would like to see in
Well,
there?
and just so we were correct, 2020 was Michael B. Jordan.
Okay.
And 2021 is Paul Rudd.
Okay.
2019 was John Legend.
I remember that, yeah, because...
I mean, he can sing. I get it.
yeah, but Chrissy Chrissy loved that award more than I think John did. Like, she did so much with the socials.
I think I would have sex with Chrissy Teigen before John Legend.
Oh, well, that's your take.
Would you know how to have sex with Chrissy Teigen?
If you hum a few bars, I'll fake it.
If you take me to a few bars, I might make it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the year before that was Idris Elba, which...
Yeah.
Heaven, honey.
Hello. Could
Sorry, I
be,
think we just broke Chad's ears.
could be our new James Bond.
Oh, I heard.
Oh, I
rumored,
am
it's still
here
rumored.
for it.
I heard he said no. I heard he said no.
Daniel, well, they always say no, and then
Yeah.
it happens. Daniel Craig is officially out now.
Yeah. And I thought it was like appropriate. Like Daniel Craig said, no matter who is Bond next, I'm going to hate them. And he goes, because like, as one of the few people who've carried this mantle, like it means a lot.
Right.
And like, and I was like, that's fair. And like, he's like, I'll, clear. I'm sure he'll be very respectful and loving or whatnot. But he's like, it is, hard to say goodbye to someone who you've played in movies and who's been a character for decades.
Was Daniel Craig ever sexiest man alive?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
I don't think so either. I
No,
think
Pierce Brosnan was in like, I want to say 91,
97?
92, something like that. No, 97 was like George Clooney. That was ER. That was the ER era. But
We'll just have our fact checkers.
yeah,
look on
our
that.
checker's going to check that. But there have been...
Pierce Brosnan was 2001.
Get out. 2001?
Was he one of the few that
was 20
twice,
years ago.
though?
He's another one where the wife that you were talking about earlier that he got when his
Who?
like his wife isn't like this beautiful goddess and like he's very
Oh.
handsome. But I don't want to, be on that same road as you, so I'm just going to
believe
drop
it
the
or not, the
conversation.
late 90s were not, our boys were not, it was like 98 was Harrison Ford.
Right.
99 was Richard Gere. Like they were not there yet, boo.
You're speaking of like all these daddies who could get it back in the day.
So
I think you're like 2002 was Ben Affleck. 2003 was Jude Law.
most of
Ew.
these
I
are
don't-
like established actors. Maybe
Traditionally handsome men, if you will.
Maybe at the time they could have been newbies, but like, what newbies today would we consider? Like,
That's a good one.
That is
I mean,
a
I
good
keep
one.
thinking Jon Snow. I can't ever remember
Kit
his name.
Harington.
Kit
Kit
Harington. He's
Harington.
always Jon Snow to me.
well, the Ryans always, obviously, but I mean,
Ryan
if you're-
Reynolds has been it.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan Gosling has not.
Ryan Gosling is not, and there are a lot
Confuse
of
me?
people who are
But again,
really
Ryan's
upset by
been
that.
around for a while. Like, I'm talking about like the last few years. Like, who?
Who's a new star, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Who's a new shining star on the block? I don't
who's
know.
those little dippers going in the Big Dippers?
There's too many. I mean, it's anything on Netflix.
Ryan Reynolds was 2010. Ryan Reynolds was 11 years ago.
Right, and he still looks the same as well.
Yeah, even not
Not
Channing.
Channing had to be one.
Channing was.
Okay, thank
Yeah.
God.
He was like 2 or 3 years after Ryan. But like, yeah, I'm trying to think of like new.
I don't know. Some of these like Dan's making me watch these sports games lately, and the coaches on some of these sports teams, like
Well, and like, do you like what are like this might be controversial, like Shawn Mendes or Harry Styles?
I was thinking Harry Styles,
Harry Styles.
and Harry Styles is
Okay,
great.
does the boy have an ounce of chest hair? Like, I don't think
but
so.
you know he's great because he's very like fluid with like his outfits and stuff. So it'd be
Yeah.
a very good modern take.
Ooh, the guy from We Are the Millers. That we.
Oh yeah,
He's not famous enough.
He's about to be.
Girl,
None of us know his name. He's not famous
his name
enough.
is
about to
Will.
blow up.
Will Poulter?
Will you hold
Poulter.
me while I sleep?
Yeah.
Will Poulter, and he's filming his new movie with Chris Schwarzenegger,
I'm also thinking
Guardians of the Galaxy Part 3.
someone. He's a little young at the
Final Destination 12.
right. He's a little young right now, but Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, he's a little twink.
I
isn't
think
he?
he's still. That's what I'm saying. Young.
Know who I'm putting my hat in the ring for? Mr. Nick Jonas.
Oh,
I
that's
can't
a
believe
good
he
one.
hasn't won yet.
No, they've been going an older crowd lately.
Probably because Joe would hang him upside down and watch the blood drip from his body. I think Joe's
I mean, Joe
Joe's a little
Jonas
jealous bitch.
Joe Jonas has been looking pretty good over there too. You know,
Well, he's a dad now.
He's married
That's
to the
what
Queen of the
happens.
North.
That's what. Yeah, the dad will do that to you.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad about
no,
it.
see, still bring me the daddies.
Can we nominate all three Jonas brothers? Is that a thing?
I'm sure it could happen.
Kevin on a good day, I guess.
I
In
wouldn't.
some music videos, Kevin, you know, he's a little thicker.
I'm not turning Kevin down any day, but yeah. I mean, all three
You
together would
wouldn't
be great.
turn up your nose at Kevin Jonas.
Stop.
That
about
is so
untraditional view.
mean.
You said it, not me.
I sure did.
What a man got to do.
But yeah, like I'm trying because you're right. Like young Hollywood hunks, Hollywood doesn't have a whole lot.
Zac Efron.
Oh, you're right. Zac Efron has never
He's too
been.
busy running through nature right now.
That's fine.
He got a mustache.
He can run through a magazine.
Have you seen it? He's got a mustache now.
I've still set on it.
Oh, you'd ride it.
I was shocked like Ashton Kutcher never got it.
Oh no.
Oh, wow. Shut down.
Again, I would probably fool my way around with Mila before I would.
Eric, that's your first strike.
Yeah, I know. Ashton doesn't do anything for me.
Ashton's a cutie.
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake, yes.
yeah.
Haven't we canceled him already?
No, we have not
Hashtag free
canceled him.
Britney.
You know what? It's so funny that you bring him up with Ashton Kutcher because I do kind of put them together.
Well, they made that same
Punk'd.
movie,
Yeah.
Friends with Benefits, and
then
the other movie.
Wasn't Mila also in movies with them?
You're right. There was one with Natalie Portman.
and Ashton Kutcher, and then Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake,
Yeah.
which was basically the same
It was
movie.
the same movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can't remember either.
I don't
of
know
them.
though. My boy Ben Affleck might be making a comeback. You know, he's dating J-Lo now. Jennifer and Jennifer were seen trick or treating together in the same neighborhood. They
They
found
were
they have found a common
co-parenting.
ground. So you know,
Of course, Jennifer Garner would.
it's only
you know,
a matter of time.
She'd be the bigger person and be like,
Jennifer like made all of the candies at Scratch in her kitchen. They're all organic.
with her little chicken named Hennifer.
Yeah.
Can't.
Oh my gosh. It's so bizarre. But like, you got to co-parent. You got to be good parents. That's all you can do, I guess.
Yeah.
As a non-parent, I can comment on this.
As a non-parent, this is Josh's parental
As a
advice.
cat dad.
Bitch, don't label me that.
Oh my god, yes, Josh and Lily, so cute. Josh is a cat dad
You're a
now.
cat dad.
I am absolutely not a cat dad.
That is a strike.
It's the only pussy Josh will play with.
Oh, wow.
Well, again, I talked about Mila Kunis and Zoe Kravitz. Beyonce, I'd give it the old college try.
I feel like Zoe Kravitz
I would
give
only
you
be
a
talking to
try.
Zoe Kravitz to get to Lenny.
That's a hot dad.
Yeah.
Or her stepdad, CJ, Jason
Ooh,
Momoa.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, Jesus. He's a modern guy that could have.
Yeah, I do see Jason Momoa. Like I want to see who's on this list.
Yeah.
It better not be
absolutely.
no Gordon Ramsay or some BS like that. Like hot and shot.
Ramsay?
You never know.
I mean, I guess they gave us John Legend.
Or maybe your boy Aaron Rodgers may make the cut.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Go get vaccinated. You're not allergic
Because
to bull-
Laura and Reese are about to kick Shailene out the cool group.
Yeah.
Big
oh.
Little Lies.
What'd Shailene say? She's seen every ounce
Of his
Aaron.
body, including his feet. Ahem.
She's not seen that vaccination card.
Yeah.
He just got fined too, and not because he's not been vaccinated, but he got
he lied.
Yeah, he went to like a Halloween party, but he got fined like $14,000.
Actually, he
Which is nothing to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
he won't say he lied. He said he misinformed or misrepresented his
Girl, did you get
status.
vaccinated? Did you know? Did you go to the party? Okay.
Yeah.
And I like weren't sure what vaccination they were talking about. Girl, it's 2021.
Right.
There is one vaccination we are
What
talking
rock
about
have
as
you
an
been hiding
adult.
under? Yeah.
Turns out I'm not asking about your mumps vaccination. I am asking about your fucking COVID-19 one.
Right, you got your chicken pox vaccination.
Not the ones that you got in kindergarten.
Just because you're marrying the girl from Secret Life of the American Teenager.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love that you brought
You
it back to that. Yeah, it's like a plot line out of that one where she thought, like, because she had sex, her dad died in a plane crash. Like, is
He's
that the
trying to
life
get
he's
into
living?
Big Little Lies season 3. Like,
It's canceled. He's canceled. It's all canceled.
I'm sorry, Reese, Nicole, and Laura Dern will not allow unvaccinated people on the set of their
I
TV
did see
shows.
the first promo shot of Nicole Kidman as Lucy today, and it looks good. I'll give it a shot.
So, yeah, and they actually showed, like, the prosthetics because she's clearly wearing prosthetics.
Clearly.
Nothing like.
Nothing
Yeah.
like her.
Her voice, though, sounds a lot like Lucy. Like again, she's Australian. She's got
And
the
who's
best.
playing Ricky? Javier
Bodem.
I love him.
Yeah. But yeah, we'll have to see it. But I think that, boys, we are running out of wine and running out of time.
look it. She's a Dr. Seuss book now.
Yeah. We haven't canceled Dr. Seuss yet either. Who knows these days? I can't keep up with the Kardashians. Can't keep up with myself. Can't keep up.
I think Chloe's COVID free, thank God.
I was so concerned about her.
Same, girl, same.
Can you imagine being quarantined in a multi-million-dollar home? How tragic for them.
True.
Oh, that's her daughter's name, right?
Yes. True. I'm glad you got that reference.
Got that one. Look at you. After 2 years, 3 seasons on this podcast, I finally know a name of a Kardashian grandkid. But thank you guys all so much for tuning in and listening to us babble. Please don't cancel me. The best way to rate, review, subscribe, or that's the best way to say you love us, is to rate, review, subscribe. This is the wine talking. But yeah, thanks guys so much for tuning in. And until next time.
Bye.